Perched up high in the Atlas Mountains, the Kasbah had once been a fortress built to withstand attack. Derelict and forgotten when she first found it, now it spelt safety for her. She loved the dazzling sunlight, the deep blue shadows, the glittering stars at night, and the blindingly white snow in winter. Clemence wrapped the turquoise robe around her, fastened its ties, and as she did every morning, left the main house to walk across to the annex. As she crossed the terrace, she paused, only to run her fingertips over the velvety climbing roses. Blousy, crimson, and almost at an end, their petals dropped at her touch. Like blood, she thought, lingering for one more moment before walking on. She unlocked the door to the annex, slid the bolts, and went inside. At first glance, it appeared just as idyllic as the terrace outside. But something was wrong. Birds were clamouring at an open window which overlooked a private courtyard with access to the mountains beyond. 2 small, copper-coloured butterflies were dancing in the sunlight, but the window should not have been open, and the room should not have been empty. Clemence glanced around, taking in the tray of uneaten breakfast, cooling French coffee, 2 pieces of freshly baked baguette, butter melting in the early sunlight, and the white robe lying crumpled on the rug. "Touche de bois," she muttered, and reached out to touch the gleaming wooden arm of a chair before she ran to the bathroom. Touch wood. A tap had been left running, but no one was there. So she turned off the water and hurried to the living room where she found no sign of her. "Madeleine!" she called, aware of the tremble in her voice. But all she could hear in response were the birds. Then, right then, she felt the panic. Madeleine had bolted. As the distant past reared up, her mouth felt dry, the old fear fluttering as if it were one of the butterflies. She dashed outside and called for Ahmed, her youthful assistant, whom she trusted more than anyone else in the world. "Help me," she pleaded as he approached. "She's gone." She held out her hands and the young man enclosed them in his much larger ones for a few moments. "She can't have gone far, madam. I carried her breakfast in only half an hour ago, and she was there. Has she eaten it?" Clemence shook her head. "She can only have been gone half an hour at most," he said, his voice calm as they left the terrace. "Did you unlock the window?" "I'm sorry. She complained about the room being stuffy." Her heart sank. "We have to keep her inside. She can't be allowed out alone. Not ever. I thought I explained." "The window was so stiff. I didn't think she'd have the strength to push it wide open. I'll have to install bars, or a filigree screen would at least look better. If we find her, we will." But Clemence wasn't so sure. Madeleine could be devious. "Ahmed, look for her as you head down the track. Take the motorbike to pick up my granddaughter," she said. "I might need the jeep to search for Madeleine." Her granddaughter might complain about having to take the long journey from Marrakech railway station to the Kasbah on the back of a motorbike, but there was no time to worry about it now. Clemence turned her back on Ahmed and set off to search the complex. With few remaining perimeter walls, her Kasbah was at the same altitude as the last of the trees, and nothing much grew above it, the mountain sides barren and rocky. Looking down, it was different. Looking down, it was lush. The little village of Imlil huddled below, where the year-long supply of water from the river ensured the terraced hillsides would always be cultivated. From her vantage point, she could see the walnut and pine forests where she collected cones for the fire. And lower down, the agricultural land.